Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a guest, somebody who is a builder, who is an investor, but he will talk much more about himself because I will ask him to introduce himself. Please welcome my guest today, Julian from Poland and from all around the world, I think. So hi Julian, thank you very much for being here. How are you doing?
Hello, Shabi, and hello, everyone. I'm doing really great. Yes, my name is Julian, and I'm known in the crypto industry as a Julian Crypto. Yeah, and I would love to talk about crypto market right now. There was debt selling, and there will be probably much more money in the market in the next year, much more dollars. Also, I would like to talk with you about Twitter and GPT analysis of tweets sentiments, because we in Max Data are building tools which we are using to analyze tweets with GPT latest models. So there are plenty of interesting topics in my opinion.
Yeah, very interesting, very interesting. Let's not jump exactly into the middle of it. If you could give us just a short introduction about self in 2 sentences, how would you describe yourself? What is your main occupation at the moment?
Can I show you my screen?
Of course.
All right, thank you, Shabi. So I am co-founder of Max Data, and Max Data is currently a platform which is aggregating right now over 1,000 important metrics from Bitcoin blockchain, from altcoins. It's aggregating currently right now most of the altcoins from the Binance pairs for BUSD, USDT, and BTC. And what is the most important, it's aggregating on-chain metrics, so Bitcoin reserve on exchanges and much more. These are really interesting things which helped me last bull market to get my profits and to get out of the market right at the most reasonable moments, right before the market crashed in 2021 in May, right before the market crashed in November 2022, just before the FTX and many other moments. But these are on-chain alerts and on-chain indicators. But what is, for me, right now, currently, the most interesting thing is not on-chain data aggregation and analysis, but for me is really the most interesting analysis with GPT, because after the GPT model was released to the public, we decided to create plenty tools, different tools, which were analyzing sentiments and summarizing news in real time. And Max Data also aggregates over 400 different websites from crypto industry, from the crypto market. And as you can see, you can just click on the news and you can go to the website, of course. But what is most important, you can click show summary, and it's summarized in seconds using latest GPT algorithm. But this is not the most interesting thing, in my opinion, because what for me is most interesting and important is how we can, save our time and save our time daily, not to scroll down our Twitter wall or our Facebook wall, etc., in looking for good opportunities to invest, to go into some altcoin. And so what is most important, in my opinion, is to find the most interesting opportunities in the crypto sphere, in crypto market, with using latest GPT models. So AI, artificial intelligence. So how we are using it and how I am using it is that we are directly aggregating tweets from Twitter, from most of the accounts on the Twitter, crypto projects, exchanges, most influential people in the crypto sphere. And after that aggregation, we are even able to write a description. What kind of tweet are we looking for? What kind of information are we looking for? Like here. So we are looking for announcement of cooperation or partnership or collaboration in such tweet. And if a tweet meets this rule, we are getting a notification, and only that.
That's interesting. And did you receive any notification recently about something interesting?
Yeah, plenty of them, but not so many as on Twitter, because the most important thing is that we don't want to get hundreds or tens of notifications every single day or week. In my opinion, the most important thing is to get only one notification a week, but one important notification a week.
What would be for you the most important set, the rule that you are using?
This is a good question. There are plenty of them which are important. But for me, the most important are these ones which are protecting my capital. For example, imagine that you have an altcoin, some altcoin, and this altcoin is delisted from Binance. Imagine that you have some altcoin and suddenly this altcoin, they decided they are delisting it. Do you know what happens with altcoins which are delisted from exchanges, Binance, KuCoin, OKX, or another exchanges? So if you maybe don't know, or you can imagine what happens with such altcoins, I will show you. This happens. It's OKX delisting, minus 10% in just one day. And this is only one token. Another delisting information, delisting tweet, I will show you, and this is it. Binance delisting, minus 44% in just 3 days, and even more in next couple of days. So this is pretty normal, and this is often for market that many altcoins are delisted about one notification a week. We get about one notification a week about some delisting. Seconds, minutes matters in just information. So in my opinion, this is one of the most important.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Okay. So you think delisting is very important, especially if you have some altcoins which you want to constantly monitor. Now, what about listing? Can you also set a rule for listing cryptocurrency?
Yeah,
maybe.
Of course, but this is different, because you can set a rule for listings and it's easy. It's just a little bit different than delisting. By the way, you have predefined rules already, so you just copy them and post them into your wall. But the listing, this is a rule for listing. And you will also get notification only if a tweet is officially announcing the listing of a specific cryptocurrency on a trading platform. And in such tweet should be some of these words, listing words. So you can do it. You can do it easily with the tool. But for listings on Max Data, there is another custom application for this. Not Twitter aggregator, but custom listings aggregator, aggregating data not from Twitter accounts, but directly from websites, official blogs from Binance, KuCoin, Huobi.
And this is before Twitter picks it up?
And this is much before Twitter. It matters because seconds matters in listings. And in last 2 years, there were more than 400 different listings on Max Data app. and around 100 insider information. And if you don't know how listings are working, and if people don't know how insider information are working, so this is how listing works. So there is info about listing, there is caller bot calling max data users and calling me and calling you. You are in Dubai or in another country, you can be whenever you want, whenever you want. So there is a caller bot calling to your phone directly, and you have a Telegram notification. And an average maximum profit on listings is not 100% or 400%, you have to be honest, but it's around 13 to 16% an average.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very good, especially in the bear market.
It's big. But there are also insider information about listings. And insider information are such information which are even not available on the official websites, official blogs, but we are able to get them before they are anywhere on the market. And how we are doing it, we cannot tell it, it's obvious. But we are doing it, and we are doing it quite well. And because we were able to notify max data users around 100 times in past 2 years about insider information, and this kind of information were around 3, 4, 5 hours before an official announcements.
Okay.
So basically we have around 5 to 8% bigger average maximum profit thanks to that we are before most of the market.
That sounds interesting. And since I think it's open secret that you also share with me max data, I saw that you also have many tools for Bitcoin as well, because many people are interested in Bitcoin. So maybe, I don't know, can you talk a bit about the market? Let's see what you think about it, where we are, what is going to happen, and what your data says. Because I think that would be very interesting to see how you, let's see, are you in agreement with the data and with the sentiment, or we are in a disagreement there? So let's see.
All right, firstly, let's take a look at correlation between S&P and BTC price. So as you can see, there is some interesting zone from 2017, and this zone was respected in 2021, and it was respected also in 2023 in April. And by the way, this is not the Bitcoin price. This is the ratio between the Bitcoin price to USD and S&P 500. And I'm calculating it in this way, not directly to USD, because in my opinion, it's much more important to analyze Bitcoin to other assets and other indexes like S&P 500. So we bounced back from that resistance zone. But right now, there is plenty of different indicators and information and fundamental information from the market that we are going in a good direction. What is that indicator? I will show you. Another really important thing, and right now, in my opinion, this is the most important thing, is that US will probably increase their debt selling. And because of that, there might be much more dollars in the market in next year. And what does it mean for Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a hedge to the inflation. And when there are more dollars in the market, as it was in 2020, just after the COVID crash, the Bitcoin pumped to $60,000 just in a month. And if there will be another money, another dollars from Federal Reserve into the market, going into the market, there will be higher inflation. And because of that, the BTC might go even higher. And in my opinion, this is the ideal situation for Bitcoin. And this is not financial advice, but look at the whole market. We are talking about it last time. Banks are crashing. Money are coming to the market. We are knowing it right now, and we can use that information before the newbies on the crypto market will start buying Bitcoin at the 100,000 or more. I don't know.
When the FOMO kicks in, that's what you think?
Yeah,
Newbies
when
will come in?
FOMO kicks in. What is another more really important things? Look at the supply and demand. How many Bitcoins went out from exchanges during last 2 and 3 years, and how many stable coins went into exchanges. And this is a big divergence. And right now, after such big divergence, there should be reaction with the price of the Bitcoin, in my opinion, because there is no BTC, but there is plenty of USD. Another thing, and people are talking about it, and this is also one really important thing, is about halving. We know how Bitcoin is reacting before halvings. So here you have the halving history, first halving, and the time 45 bars before first halving. The price reacted like this. And just after the halving, 1 year after the halving, we had a top. Second halving, 45 weeks before and weeks after the halving. Third halving, 45 weeks before and after. So if the history will repeat itself for the fourth time, we might see pretty nice levels, not in a year, but in 2 years. Because after the halving, the gains were historically the biggest.
I have a question here. Let's see about your opinion. So obviously, if we see at these 3 halvings, and then I'm just saying for those who are watching that when you see the blue, the green, and the red, those are the 3 halvings from this point. So we will have either of them, right? We don't know which one. The blue says that we can go even back to $16,000, maybe $10,000. I think that is what we can see. 15,000, 14,000. Okay, yeah, $14,000, which is also in the cards. The red says that we can just dip down. Maybe that's like a 20. Do I see for the red a 20 dip? Not the yeah, that's one. 19. 18, 19, interesting. And the red says that from here, I mean, if you would go with the 10, it's 17, then we would just go up. Maybe how much to 40, 50, and then from there to the 200 and something. Wait a minute, it's not. Is it 200 or 2 million there? What do I see? I see 2 million, 2 million and 4 million.
It's 4 million, yeah.
4 million. But if we have, now I have a question here for you. Because we can see that with each halving, we have a smaller pump, right? You can see that there is a 13,000 percentage, 7,000 percentage, and 460 percentage. So the drop was bigger and bigger. Do you think we will have now a bigger pump, or maybe we will just go down exponentially as it is? What do you think will happen?
We have to talk about psychology. Mm-hmm. It's not about what we predict. It's about how other people will think. So people know that cycles, and people will start to aggregate in Bitcoin right now before it will start pumping. And if most of the market is understanding that Bitcoin has to pump in next 2 years, maybe they will start accumulating Bitcoin even before.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe because of that, the pump will be sooner than later. And the pump will be bigger in a closer period of time. But after the big pump, there is a big dump. So maybe, but this is only my assumption of that situation, which, by the way, may change every tomorrow or in the next week, because market is changing rapidly. We have to understand this. So, but right now I'm just assuming that there might be a situation when the market is pumping Bitcoin in this year, in 2023, really high, maybe even to its all-time high. And the pump is so big that the new people are getting excited, and there is FOMO on the market. So Bitcoin is going really, really high, maybe of over $1,000. Who knows? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
After that, after the big pump, there should be a big dump, and maybe we are going back to 30,000 again before going to the last or one of the last movements, you know, to the,
It
the
sounds
I
almost.
don't know what will happen. I'm just speculating right now, but what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to understand how people may think and may feel, and I will be observing it through these tools. For example, this is really interesting for me. So I am observing emotions, especially on futures market. If there is much blood on the market, like it was just after FTX collapsed, and it was in November 2022, or Silvergate and banks collapsed in 2023 in March. So these two moments were moments of big sell-off, panic sell-off, and just after that, the whole market of futures traders, leverage traders, started to short in Bitcoin. And you can see it right here at this point, at the lowest levels, and right at this point, at the lowest levels. Do you remember what people were saying right at $16,000? Because I remember.
Yeah, exactly. We are going to 10,000.
Bitcoin is going to 10. Bitcoin is going to 13. Do you remember what people were saying that just at $20,000, Bitcoin is going to 15 again? And these were my friends who are owning their own, you know, tools, who are owning their own groups, channels, etc. You know, influencers on the crypto market, because they are also emotional. But what we have to, in my opinion, often look at, it's not the price, because, you know, we can just do on the chart whenever we want, but it's not about price, it's about emotions. Not the price or levels are dictating us when to sell or when to buy, because, you know, Chinese are buying in very currency. Polish are buying in zlotys. US is buying in dollars. You know, it's not about the dollar. It's not about price levels. It's about emotions and moments. The biggest fear, of the biggest sell-off, and the moments of the biggest emotions when the people are playing long, and everybody believes. And you can remember when Bitcoin was 60,000, everybody was saying about going to 80.
Yeah, but market was very hot there. Yeah, certainly. I think we will go through the same phases. I think we are maturing, but new people will come in, and I think that this will go on for several cycles, at least for 3-4. That's my opinion, because until we have like a big market cap in the whole crypto, until we have millions and millions and millions, maybe billions of people in crypto, these cycles will probably go on for almost just like this, for the simple fact that there will be people who accumulate in bear market and then sell almost at the top or just DCA out. And then there will be people who buy it at the top when it's too cheap, and they will be the exit liquidity for others. So I think this is very interesting. Let's talk a bit about altcoins. Maybe you could tell us what are your favorite altcoins right now. Maybe let's start with a category or maybe two categories, and then we can go into more specifics.
So I don't like answering questions in a way people are asking me it. I like to answer questions in my way because I have my opinion on this. So I don't like altcoins basically, most of them. I just like emotions, and I like to have a advantage because of technology and emotions. So talking about altcoins, there are plenty of them, and most of them, 99% of them have disaster tokenomics, and 99% of them are just only to sell you a dream, not to sell you a technology, not to give you a technology, but sell you a dream and not give anything back. I like ICP, Internet of Computer, but I like this ideology. I like what they are building, what they are committed to build. But I'm not investing in them, even 10% or 5% of my holdings. In a small portion of my holdings, investing in them in a long period of time, in a 8 years stake, hoping, not believing, but hoping that they will bring what they are committed to bring. But they will bring a decentralized web services and decentralized hosting. But I'm not holding altcoins. I like BNB. I hold some BNB because it's efficient. It's really fast, cheap, and it's connected to the biggest exchange. And they have also their plans to create a decentralized hosting on BNB Greenwich, Greenwild, which or something like this. Greenwild.
But
Ethereum, what about Ethereum? I'm using Ethereum sometimes. I'm using Tron sometimes. Many times I'm using Tron to send and receive coins, to send USDT and receive USDT. This is the fastest way, almost the fastest way to receive coins right now on TRX, and it's almost forgotten by the market. But I'm not investing in them. I'm just having some of them, and what I'm thinking about the projects, I just told you. But what I'm thinking about speculating on projects is a different thing, because I don't see an advantage in reading white paper or in hoping that a project will bring their commitments to life in next couple of months or years, because I don't know what will happen in their team. I don't know how they will be managed through a bull or bear market. Are they, what these people are representing by themselves? I don't know them, most of these people. So it's really hard to speculate in the long term, especially if there is so big competition in the market. It's obvious if there will be a bull market, most of altcoins, many of them, not most, but many of altcoins will go up. But when I see an advantage is in getting information really, really fast.
So when you get your information fast, what do you do? Do you long certain altcoins? Let's say
no, I don't need it. I don't need it.
So how do you take this advantage? How do you profit from it?
I don't need to borrow money. I don't need to borrow money from a broker.
You can long it with zero leverage as well. But I want to understand how you take advantage. You have the advantage. You have the notification from Max Data that it's going to be delisted. You know that it's going down. How do you take advantage of it?
I'm not shorting. I'm not shorting.
Okay.
I'm only securing my gains or my capital if there is a situation, but I'm not going long by what I mean a leverage. Even 2x is a leverage on futures and on leverage and on derivatives. Who is always profiting on this? Exchanges, not users, traders. So always exchanges are profiting on derivatives. And what does it mean in the opposite? That users and traders on average always losing. And why? Because it's just because there is no free money. No free money, that somebody will give you a free money, access to their money, and just for free, you know.
Of course. But then how do you take advantage? So you have your notification, but how do you take advantage? That's what I'm very curious about. So you say you get the listing alert. Okay, yeah. You get a listing alert for, I don't know what, a coin. You buy that coin and then you sell it, or how do you do it?
Yeah, most of the times buy and sell, and not leverage, just spot. And if there is an average 13% maximum profit, an average, or 16% maximum profit. So I'm setting up, there is a strategy to set up your sell button somewhere before. I cannot tell you where, because, you know, some people will set it at 1%, some people will set it at 15%, and some people will set it at 10%. And we have to also understand that this strategy is really, really helpful, but this tool is also created not for everybody, but for people who understand that there are also other traders waiting for you to give them your money.
Yeah.
So if, for example, some people who totally don't understand how the market works will start using listings alert and just buying just after the listing alert any coin, they will lose their money. Why? Because some of that info are just after the pump.
Yeah.
So if there's already a pump and you are buying on the top of the pump, so what do you expect? So there's a simple rule. When I'm buying low. And if I'm buying and there is low level of price, I'm buying only if there is really good occasion for growth and for example listing alert, for example really good fundamental information. And what do I mean by a good fundamental information? It's not often, you know, but it's sometimes. So I mean, most of the times I'm just waiting. But if there is a situation, maybe like this, that new feature is coming to the central ant, new feature is really a positive sign, but not as positive maybe as cooperation with an exchange. It's also a positive sign, but there are some signs which are really positive. For example, your competition tweeting about you, about smaller project, like in this situation when Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum, tweeted about their competition, Solana, and he tweeted when the price was at the lowest points. It was almost the lowest, and I was recording videos about it, 3 videos. I was analyzing it at the time, and yeah, and it went pretty good. I assumed that the rise will be around 60%. It was much more, around 110% in just 2 weeks. But this kind of situations are really rare. By the way, it's also available here to follow Vitalik Buterin, etc. But what are really clear situation is when there is a tweet about big collaboration, partnership, cooperation with a big company. A company from 100 biggest companies. For example, Meta. Meta has selected Polygon for minting digital collectively tables, and look at the price, what happened. 44% in just 5 days, and even more, even bigger gains in just 1 week. It's crazy.
Yes.
And there is a big money to take from this. I don't need a leverage to get this. I just need an occasion and react before most of the market will react. So that's why I'm connected to that Twitter aggregator. And for example, look at this tweet. Amazon tweeted about, I'm sorry, Avalanche. Avalanche tweeted about Amazon that choose Avalanche to bring scalable blockchain solutions to enterprises and governments. So Amazon, one of the biggest companies in the world, is collaborating with some project, some crypto project, and it's 25% in just 6 hours. So in just 6 hours, you can get 25% more from your coins. It's big. So I'm waiting for such situation, and I'm 99% sure that in next 12 months there will be at least few such tweets. And I need only 3. I need only 5 such tweets in a year, and for me it's good.
Oh, that's good. That's interesting. Okay, now we are approaching, I think I have one more question, and I ask, I think everybody this. I mean, I didn't have many guests here, but I think the most important is always education for me. What would be your message for people who are watching us for the first time, who are just looking around, and they are thinking about buying crypto? Your most important message, what would that be for them?
It's not about buying crypto. It's not about buying Bitcoin.
But they want to. They want to buy. What's your message?
It's not about buying Bitcoin. It's about selling dollars, which are going down.
Yeah, that's also a message.
But talking funny, it's other thing. But I have colleagues which are not in the crypto market, and the first altcoins, the first cryptos which they bought was Dogecoin, Floki, or Shiba. And most of the people, many of them, will buy such meme coins, and they will treat it like a lottery. So if I will win really much. If I will lose, nothing. I just invested, $100. They say. No, what is $100? So I can put $100. So put that $100 in a lottery, or put that $100 in a, I don't know, or maybe put that $100 in your education. Yeah, maybe it's good, or maybe just don't do anything until you understand, or maybe until you understand why the Bitcoin is so famous, right now. Why the Bitcoin after 14 years of its existence, is still here, and it's much bigger, much stronger. You know, because what is the difference between altcoins? Most of the altcoins, probably every of them, and the Bitcoin. What is the difference? And the difference is huge. Both are using blockchain, but blockchain is nothing without community and decentralization and hashing power. So blockchain without hashing power and community and decentralization is just not what we want to be. But Bitcoin have it already, has it. Most of the altcoins don't. And people are investing in altcoins or meme coins because they heard from somebody that they will grow, and maybe they will grow, I don't know.
Maybe they will get lucky, who knows? But
you know, 10 people will lose and 1 people will win.
Well, that is the trading average, you know, the statistics. So yeah.
It is, but it's a trading average, not investors average.
Yeah, that's the keyword here, there, that it's trading, not investing. So I think from what you said, my conclusion would be that if you have $100, maybe buy Bitcoin for 50, invest 50, and educate yourself from the other half. Would that be like a good message?
Maybe, yeah, or maybe not. Maybe it's not about you know, people want to pay for the education. For most of the people,
and you don't need to. I mean,
for most of the people, $100 is nothing, and they can just spend it, and they want education. It's not about it. If I want to be educated on this market, really educate, I need I need to learn every single day, because this market is so fast, but everything is changing rapidly. So I need to just read, and not read, but watch every single day and understand. Nobody will educate me.
Of course, but I think that is valid for many things. We could go into this very deep, maybe in the next one. But yes, education is all around.
About Bitcoin, and you know, maybe read the white paper. It's really easy.
Yeah, read the white paper. That's easy. Or use ChatGPT to summarize it for you.
Yeah, and use artificial intelligence to summarize it to you, to save your time, of course.
Yes. Okay. Well, Julian, thank you very much for being here. It was very interesting. It was, I think you shared a lot of thoughts, lots of tools, and lots of information with us. So I really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope that we can do this again sometimes.
You know, let's do some promo. What do you want? What do you think?
Of course, and I just wanted to mention that Julian also has a YouTube channel, and the link is in the description. Also, the tag will be in the title. So if you click on that, then you will get to his videos, and you can get the free education, right?
Yeah, you know, every day I'm coming. I'm waking up at before 4 a.m. to learn. Yeah. Yes, and this is not for free. It's for free. I'm not paying for this, but I'm paying by, you know, hustling. But it's not about this. Let's do some promotion. If your viewers want to use these tools, so let's say maybe 2 weeks will be enough for use these tools.
I think 2 weeks is enough to try, test it out, and maybe see. Yeah, 3 weeks is better always than 2 weeks, right?
Let's do 3 weeks, you know, for your community. So if your community want to, you know, test it, use it, it's great. And remember to, when you are going in and you are going in this. So first, click on the predefined rule, and then create this rule, and remember to turn the Telegram notification alerts on. You have to turn it on, And remember to connect everything in your profile. And for more information,
if you want with a mobile code, and you write your mobile number as well, so on. Nice, very nice. So yes, all the links will be in the description then, to Max Data, to Julian's YouTube channel, and yeah, try it out. It's free. It's free, and you can just check it out, test it, and if you like it, then obviously you can find all the information in the dashboard of Max Data. Did I miss anything?
Yeah, it's great. And let's see on another live stream on my channel.
Yes, for sure. Thank you again.
See ya.